Hello there. Welcome to the channel. This is Nerd.World Films. Today we have a report on the Saint prototype number 5, aka Johnny 5, the advanced artificial intelligence robotic war machine designed by Dr. Newton Crosby and Benjamin Jarvie. Constructed by Nova Robotics, number 5 was one of 5 prototype advanced weaponized mobility machines designed for advanced destruction and operation behind enemy lines. These machines were phenomenally strong, highly intelligent, adaptable battlefield units equipped with advanced laser-based weapon systems capable of destroying enemy armored vehicles. During a test demonstration of these machines to military personnel of the United States Armed Forces, careless technicians during a thunderstorm allowed the prototype to be remained plugged in, resulting in it being struck by lightning, causing a severe overload to its higher neural functions, resulting in malfunction. The machine simulated intelligence and self-awareness, meaning that it began to believe, or at least try to convince others, that it was actually a self-aware, intelligent, independent being not governed by its programming. However, this was nothing more than a manifestation of advanced circuitry and programming for survival protocols. The machine had entered a guerrilla warfare state, believing anyone that was a potential threat to it to be its enemy. It would ingratiate itself once it had escaped the compound with a human civilian who it didn't deem to be a threat, but could be manipulated into believing the machine was nothing more than a harmless being, similar to the animals that she kept as pets. It would also, using her, later manage to convince Dr. Newton Crosby of its own intelligence and advanced survivability. This resulted in the responsible industrial giant Nova Robotics deploying its advanced security teams under the command of Schroeder, an ex-military officer and dedicated patriot, to recover the machine before it could do damage to any more civilian or government equipment. It had already cost millions of dollars in damages, not to mention public relations, for the corporation. They wanted to prevent any harm to come to civilians, as the machine demonstrated it was not afraid to cause destruction to public or government property, as well as use its weapons to attack civilians, dismantling their personal property and causing more further psychological and emotional harm. It would also use its weapons against any human, military or civilian who attempted to recover the machine and return it to its makers and restore its primary functions, which is to obey orders. The machine's refusal to accept new instructions meant that it was now a rogue asset, a potential threat to public safety, and had to be recovered at all costs. It would go up against its own brethren machines, reprogramming them after it managed to overpower them due to mismanagement in the field by other officers who didn't understand the capabilities of these machines. It would reprogram them to again simulate human behavior, possibly in an attempt to deceive humans into believing that this was a systemic problem with the machines, that they were all potentially sentient and could be more than what they are. This was not something that the humans were willing to fall for, and the machines were recovered and repaired, but this was not in time to be any further assistance in the recovery of the now rogue AI. Upon attempting to recover the machine, after it had done yet more damage to public and civilian property, the machine would create a facsimile of itself, a duplicate with no abilities or intelligence, only the ability to move. It would be destroyed by aerial attack, giving the impression the machine had been destroyed, when in fact it had survived, and would manipulate two humans that it would abduct and force to keep it protected and safe away from other humans in rural landscapes far away from Nova Robotics. It is imperative that if this machine is spotted, or any of the people who are harboring it are seen, that it is reported to authorities immediately. This machine is considered a direct threat to public safety. Its advanced weapons, not to mention its aggressive nature, could mean people could be injured or possibly killed if they are confronted by the machine. Also, the machine is known as a strategic artificial intelligence nuclear transport for a reason. The featured word there is nuclear. The potential for ecological or, again, industrial disaster if this core was to breach. The radiation fallout could be devastating. If worst case scenario was to happen and it was to explode, a small nuclear explosion could go off, causing many deaths. Hundreds, perhaps thousands of people would die, not to mention the ecological fallout to the environment, and again the destruction of public or government property if this was to happen. Not to mention this machine being a rogue asset. If it was to fall into an enemy government's hands, or worse, the hands of terrorists, the damage that could be unleashed with both just its weaponry alone, never mind the nuclear core, is not worth thinking about. Please, if this machine is ever spotted, inform authorities and do not attempt to apprehend it yourself. All civilians that have gone up against this machine have met with the devastating firepower of its advanced laser. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please like, share, subscribe and comment down below. And bye bye.